any other third party, just because I have been reached out by his ex-partners, and I've told him this before, just threats, and the most recent one prior to me was, it was hard.
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
Call for hearing, let's see. Castro County cause number B11221-2511, styled in the interest of Joseph Cade Morales. We are here today on the Attorney General's suit for modification of child support order, which was originally filed in Hale County on September 3rd of 2025. The suit was accompanied by a motion to transfer venue to Castro County. Both the motion for transfer and the suit for modification were served on both parties. No, the court did not receive any controverting affidavit, and so the case was transferred to Castro County on, it looks like, November 13th of 2025. And so we are here today to hear the suit for modification, which was, again, originally filed in September in Hale County and transferred to Castro. Is the Attorney General's office ready to proceed on their matter?
The Attorney General's office is ready, Your Honor.
All right. And let's see. Jonathan Justin Morales, are you ready to proceed, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Vanessa Dominguez, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. Ms. Neal?
Your Honor, I'd like to call Mr. Morales.
Mr. Morales, if you would please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give in the cause before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Ms. Neal, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, can you state your full name for the record?
Jonathan Justin Morales.
And who's the child involved in this case? What is his age?
11. He's 11, sorry.
Okay. And so back in April of 2025, did you and Ms. Dominguez sign a child support review order where no child support was ordered?
April, into April, May, somewhere around there, I believe.
Okay. And was there no support ordered because the two of you were living together?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And since that time, have you separated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're no longer living with Ms. Dominguez?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a barber.
Okay. And sir, you submitted some documents to our office that it was a pay record back in August. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to offer State's Exhibit 1 a sales report from Mr. Morales.
Okay. And is that in the folder, I guess?
It's in the OneDrive under the Castro County documents.
I see 3 documents in there.
It would be the one labeled Morales pay record.
Oh, okay. I was assuming that was the FINA
payment. Yeah, I guess that he would.
Okay, I do see it. Is there any objection to this document coming into evidence, Mr. Morales?
No, ma'am.
And Ms. Dominguez?
No, ma'am.
All right. It will be admitted as State's Exhibit number 1.
And sir, if looking at this document, it starts with June of 2025, indicates that the gross sales for that month to be $1,578. Does that sound accurate to you? Sounds
about right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then there's a note on the bottom of the first page that says the previous month you received $2,600. Does that sound right? So that would have been May of 25.
Yeah, somewhere around there, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's also for July of 2025, it indicates a gross sales of $1,855. Does that sound accurate to you?
Sounds about right.
Okay. And do you pay booth rent?
Yes, ma'am. 150 every week.
Okay. Are there any other expenses that you have to cover?
Just my supplies.
Okay. And you are self-employed, correct? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. All right. And do you have insurance available through your work?
No.
Okay. Do you is it your position or would you like to explain to the court the reason that you're requesting that no child support be ordered?
This is the 4th time I've been put on child support. That'd really be my only reason. It seems like when everything's fine, I'm off, or when we're back together, I'm off, and then when we split up, I'm back on. Or if she's upset, then I'm back on, which seems to be the case this time around, to me anyways.
Okay. All right. And have you sent money to your son since the two of you separated?
Yes.
Did you send a certain amount each month, or how does that work?
So I was giving $50 here, $50 there. I think this month I've sent $200. Just kind of what I can as I can. Of course, I still go pick them up, spend money and time with them here. Yes, to answer the question, yes, I've sent money. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like the court to know that I haven't asked you?
Off the top of my head, no, I can't.
Do you have any other children that are under 18?
No other children, no, ma'am. Just him.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't have any further questions of this witness.
Okay, Ms. Dominguez, do you have any questions of Mr. Morales?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right. Mr. Morales, you mentioned that you also have to pay for supplies that comes out of your gross sales. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you generally spend on supplies?
It varies. It just kind of depends. Neck strips, razors, gel, just
right.
Every month.
How can you estimate how much per month you spend on supplies?
I would say 150 as well. I mean, like I said, it just depends. If my clipper breaks, it's not going to be 150. It's 200 and up.
Right, but I'm asking for an average because those things will happen, but it doesn't happen every month. May not happen every year. So
every month or a year.
Yeah. But you would estimate over a year's time, it's $1,500, $1,700.
I can't give you an honest answer on that because every week's not the same. I mean, just like
I understand that. That's why we're asking for an average. That's why over time, in an average year, how much, do you spend an average month? One of those, because it's important because, if you can't tell me how much, then I can't subtract it from what you are saying you make.
I'm sorry. I guess I've never been asked that to really think what I'm
right.
Supplies. Whatever number you said, we'll go with that because I honestly don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you said 150 a month, so that's probably. But your booth rent is 150 a week.
A week, yes, ma'am.
So $600 a month, basically, or give or take.
Yes, 600 a month, yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it 600 a month or 150 a week?
Well, it's 150 a week, whatever the month entitles. Usually, it goes to about 600 a month.
Yeah, well, it's just because there aren't always just 4 weeks in a month. There could be 5. So, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
150 a week, so we can figure it that way. How is this sales report? How is this generated? Where does this come from?
That's card transactions that I've taken.
Do you also have cash transactions?
I only take card now.
You don't take any cash?
I just take card just so I can keep track of what's coming in.
Okay, so if someone comes in, wants a haircut, and they want to pay cash, you'll say no.
No cash.
No cash. Okay. How
I-
long have you been doing this way?
Uh, not too long actually. Couple months, probably right around whenever they called. Actually, when the attorney general's office
So
called.
in July of 2025, you would have been still taking cash payments.
No, those were just cards. So what I gave the guy that called was.
I understand that this is just cards, but you said you just stopped taking cash a couple of months ago.
Well, when I said when that guy called, I had just stopped taking cash, so that would be current and valid for what I take now.
Okay. All right. Ms. Neal, do you have any more questions?
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Call your next witness. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Morales, is there anything you want to add to explain about your testimony today?
Not at the moment, no, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Neal.
I'd like to call Ms. Dominguez.
Ms. Dominguez, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give and the cause before the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I swear.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Neal.
Ma'am, can you state your full name for the record?
Vanessa Dominguez.
Okay. And you heard Mr. Morales' testimony about his income. Does that seem accurate considering that the two of you previously resided together?
Not at all. Jonathan's always received cash payments for years. I'm just stating this for the time that we were together, which was very briefly for 3 months. He's always received cash. I'm the one that actually suggested he do a card history for tax purposes, but no, ma'am, I don't agree with what he's saying.
So when the two of you were living together, how much was he bringing in each week?
Easily, Justin could bring in 500 easily. I'm just going to give that estimate because it could be more. He makes pretty good money, and we've had this issue for years.
Was that before or after he subtracted the booth rent and supplies?
That was before he subtracted anything.
Okay, so 500 a week before paying booth rent or anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How is your son covered for health insurance?
He's covered through Medicaid only at this time and has been for a while.
Okay. And Your Honor, our office would request a $20 medical support as a reimbursement for the health insurance. And ma'am, it looks like Mr. Morales was served in September of 25 and you were served in October of 25. Are you wanting those, if child support is ordered today, are you wanting that to begin on November 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have safety concerns if Mr. Morales were to have your address or contact information?
Not him per se, just any other third party, just because I have been reached out by his ex-partners. And I've told him this before, just threats. And the most recent one prior to me it was hard. She actually reached out to my son and wouldn't stop.
What was she doing to your son? Or how was she?
She was reaching out by telephone, calling and messaging. I had to block it and send him notification of that because it was getting overwhelming because he was having like mental stress. Just her calling about his dad, and it was a bad breakup, I guess, between them, and it ended very bad terms. So she was kind of using my son, as like a way to get back through his dad. And I did tell him that, and it was not ugly. It was not pretty. I had to actually call her myself through his phone because she wouldn't answer my phone number, and explain to her that she will not be doing this, and whatever she has with Jonathan needs to go to him, or just stop harassing my son, because I would take it to legal matters if needed because I had the proof of messages. So at that point, I guess telling her that, she kind of stopped. But I did tell his dad that, and she threatened to come to my house, and because she knew where we resided. So it was a really hard time for my son, and that's my priority. And I tried to explain it to him.
And so you felt that she was harassing him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. And so you are requesting a non-disclosure of your address as to any third parties.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you'd like the court to know that I haven't asked you?
Honestly, I would like the court to just see that it's not because I'm upset. It's just, in my eyes, I've gone through this many times. Jonathan and I have been separated for 8 years prior to this child support modification recently in 2025. And that was only because we got together briefly for 3 months and we thought we could work it out, and we did try. So it's not that he's been on and off. It's just, in my eyes, I feel like we're two parents who have the same responsibility, whether we live together or not. And I have 4 children in total, and we all do the same part. So it's nothing against him. I just want him to have a set amount so we won't have to have any kind of issues with each other. Because I have tried this, what he said, where we have tried to be a cordial and agree to something, but like he stated, he only can send when he can at times. And I just feel like, you know what, that's fine as long as you just have a set amount. I mean, maybe that'll be better. I just don't want to keep going down this path. And we did very well for 8 years separated on having a child support amount, even though he didn't pay, as long as it was there. And I did waive that. And I know you can see the documents because we did agree, since we lived together, I agreed to have his child support removed and back pay cleaned off, that whatever he owed, minus of course what he owed the state for the insurance. So I've been very courteous to Jonathan for many years, and I just feel like this is it. I don't think I'm going to go back on this at all. And I would really appreciate child support just to set an amount for us and make it easier for both of us.
All right. Your Honor, I would like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the Bureau of Labor Statistics information for barbers.
You're offering it through this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Morales, Ms. Neal with the Attorney General's office is offering a printout from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that calculates an actual or average income for barbers in Texas. Basically, I don't know if it's broken down by county or not. And Ms. Neal, the purpose for offering this is?
Your Honor, it would just be to show an average for what a barber would, average barber
and that's
salary.
Relevant because since we have actual testimony and about income, are you trying to rebut his testimony? Is that?
Well, Your Honor, I'm just, I think that the average income for barbers is higher than maybe what he's testifying to.
Is there is there an objection to this coming into evidence, Mr. Morales?
Yes, because
What's your objection?
every barber doesn't make the same as every other barber. So I don't understand how there's an average. And
Yeah, I'm not sure, Ms. Neal, that something like this is relevant when there's actually to rebut. I mean, I guess if that's what you're doing, I understand that not every barber makes the same thing. This is an average of what barbers make, and the court will give it that, can take that into consideration, obviously. So do you have a legal objection to it?
are you asking?
I think I'm not going to let it in. I mean, if you're offering it, I think this type of thing can be used if there's no information, but there is information here, and there's a way for the Attorney General's office to get additional information from him by way of other printouts. I've got 3 months basically and nothing else. surely there's printouts for other months that have not been requested, offered to the court. Her testimony basically sort of corresponds with from what I can tell, $500 a week to what he testified to. So I'm not sure what the Attorney General's office is trying to do here, Ms. Neal. Can you enlighten me some more? And I'm happy to listen to your argument, but I don't know how this is relevant when we have actual income information.
Your Honor, I'll just withdraw this request for the exhibit.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, I don't believe so. Your Honor, I don't have any further questions of either witness.
Okay. There is one thing that needs to be cleared up since you're asking for this to start beginning of November. How much money has been paid by Mr. Morales since that date? I didn't hear any questions about that.
Could I recall Mr. Morales?
Ms. Dominguez. Yes, Ms. Dominguez.
Ms. Dominguez. Ms. Dominguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you recall how much money Mr. Morales sent to you or your son during the month of November?
I can pull it up if you'll give me just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so, can you hear me? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
So for the month of November, all Jonathan sent to me, because we do what's called Zelle. So he really only sends me through my bank to his bank because he doesn't have like Cash App way, and that's a way that I'd offered as well. So the only thing for November that came in through from Zelle was $60.
Okay. And was there an amount for December?
Yes. In December, let me see. And I'm sorry, there's a secondary one for November. It was 60. So two amounts of $60 that he did in November. And then in December, the 250 and 100.
So
And
350 total.
yes, ma'am. And honestly, the only reason he sent me the 200 amount was because he said that he was wanting to help get my son. I was buying him Christmas gifts, and I told him that it would be given on a PC. So he offered to do that on his own. That was what I told him. It wasn't needed for child support purposes, but he said that's counted for child support. So he sent the 250.
Okay. And then has he sent you any money in January?
Yes, in January he sent $100 so far.
Okay.
I'm sorry, hang on just a second. So the 250 was a Christmas present? Is that what you're testifying?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I had told him that I would be buying him a PC because that's what my son wanted, and that was the only thing he wanted. And he said that he wanted to offer the 250 towards that. And I said, okay, I mean, I'm not asking you for the assistance, but it's appreciative. And I said, it's not child support, because the only time that I have asked Justin is for child support. And I have told him that. I said, we really need to do something. I don't want to go back to where you weren't paying. If it was because of the child support amount that you couldn't pay, because that's what he was telling me, it was like 200 something a month. I said, if you can't make that, then let's come to an agreement. And I don't want to be the only one doing this. it's been years, 8 years, and you didn't pay no child support. It's like, I really need some help. And so we agreed to, okay, well, I'll send you whatever I can. Fine, that's fine. I gave you an opportunity. And that's the only reason he was actually sending a little bit of money here and there. But when he sent the 250, I told him, that's, I just want you to know it's not something I'm asking for child support. I just told you I was getting a PC and you wanted to add on to that. That's appreciative. I just don't want to. And that's where this argument started that he's stating. He got upset because I told him it's not child support. It's a gift. You're the one that said you would, help towards it. That's totally fine. I just don't want you to get, that it's what I'm asking for child support. I just need something for food or gas cost this month for him. And he's like, well, that's still child support. And he's like, whatever I send is for child support, even if it's for food. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I didn't want to argue. So I just told him we should just let the attorney general's office.
Okay, ma'am. So did he get the child any other Christmas presents?
As far as I know, no. My son didn't go and tell me anything when he came back from the time that he was with his father.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else, Ms. Neal?
Nothing further of this witness. Could I recall Mr. Morales?
Yes, you may. But hold on. But wait a second. Mr. Morales, do you have any questions for Ms. Dominguez?
Don't have questions, but
okay. Stop. This is the time to ask questions. You can tell me something you want to tell me in a moment. If you don't have any questions, Ms. Dominguez, do you have anything else you want to add to explain about your testimony?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
Okay. I have another question for you. When you were living with Mr. Morales, how many hours a week would he work?
Oh, Jonathan would take off because we lived in Dimmitt, and as I still currently reside in Dimmitt. So he would take off from here at 5 a.m. to be there 5:30 or so to be in Amarillo, because he worked in Amarillo by 7. So he would work anywhere from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. in the afternoon.
And he was a barber then as well?
Yes, ma'am. He's always been a barber for goodness, for years.
Is he still working at the same place he was working then?
Yes, ma'am. He actually worked at another place here in Dimmitt, at Divine's salon for the time that he lived in Dimmitt, which was 2 years, and then with me 3 months. And he worked here as well, and he would work here, and the days that he wasn't in Amarillo, he would work here. So
how many days a week was he in Amarillo?
So I believe, if I recall correctly, he worked in Amarillo Thursday through Saturday. He worked the weekends over there, and then Monday through Wednesday here in Dimmitt.
And on those Thursdays through Saturdays, he worked at least 8 hours a day, maybe more.
Yes, because his weekends he liked to take more time since they were busier.
Okay, and what salon was he working for, or barbershop?
The salon in Dimmitt, Texas is Divine Salon, and then the barbershop in Amarillo is the Gentleman's Barbershop.
Okay. All right. All right. Ms. Neal.
Yes, Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Ms. Morales, you're still under oath, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you heard Ms. Dominguez's testimony as far as the money that was exchanged. Does that sound accurate to you?
It does sound accurate. She didn't tell me about the PC. My son told me about the PC, and so I did offer to send money. That was not a conversation me and her had until after I said, hey, Joseph told me he's getting a PC. Here's a picture of one that my cousin said you should get. It's a little bit more. I'll help you. I can send $250. And then I don't work at Divine. I've never worked at Divine. It's called Virtues.
Okay, sir.
Sorry.
Stop.
I'm just trying to.
I understand, but she's asking the questions right now. I'll give you a chance in a moment. Ms. Neal.
Sorry.
Was there any other money that was exchanged between you and your son, or during the months of November, December, or January?
I mean, I have him his own bank account, and I put a little money in that, here and there.
Did you put money in November?
I'd have to go back and look. I don't think so.
And what about December?
Can I check?
I'm not giving credit for money given directly to the child. So
Okay.
I don't, that doesn't matter. All right. Any other questions?
I
Ms.
don't have
Neal?
any further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Dominguez, do you have any additional questions for Mr. Morales?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right, Mr. Morales, did you have something you want to add to explain about your testimony?
Yes, I've never worked at Divine. It was called Virtues. I don't start work until 8 a.m., so leaving at 5 is not anything I've ever done. And I'm just trying to rethink.
What are your work hours, sir?
Usually 8 to 5:30. 5:30, I take my 8:30 to 5:30. I take my last one at 5:30.
Okay. And how many days a week is that?
Tuesday through Saturday now. Before,
So
when I was in
what would that, 5 days a week?
5, when I was in Dimmitt,
So 40 hours a week?
sure. It's kind of different too, because if I'm not busy, I'm not there. I'm at home.
Okay. Well, how many hours a week do you work?
We'll say 40, just to put a number.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and how much do you get for a haircut?
Just varies. Just varies what the service is. Starts at 25 and goes from there.
And what's the average, would you say?
25, 30 with the tip.
Is that including the tip or without the tip?
Including the tip. That's including the tip, sorry.
Okay. So, well, how do you know how much the tip's going to be?
Well,
So what's it without the tip?
it's 25. It's 25.
25 without the tip.
25.
And then you may get a tip on top of that.
Ma'am.
And so, so you work 40 hours a week, and how long does a haircut take you?
Just depends on the service. Depends what
Okay, a $25 haircut.
it depends on the service, ma'am. If they want their hair shaved off, it might be
Okay.
5. They want
Needless to say, if you're working 40 hours a week, you're doing more than 40 haircuts a month.
Not true. That's not true. It's some weeks are high, some weeks are low. Some days there's 10 people, some days there's 5 people, some days there's 2, some days there's 1, some days there's none. It's not you go in and it's not super cuts or pro cuts where they're just booked all day. Boom, boom, boom. It's just whoever comes in, whoever sets the appointment, it goes from there.
Okay. All right. Any more questions, Ms. Neal?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Give me a moment to make some calculations, and I will be back with. I'm going to base Mr. Morales' child support on the $2,600 a month that's reflected in these sales reports, because I don't frankly believe that he doesn't accept cash. That doesn't seem like it has the ring of truth to me. And he obviously picked 2 months that appear to be lower. I don't know. He certainly could have provided other months to support his claim that this is how much he made. Also, Ms. Dominguez's testimony is that he was bringing home $500 a week. I'm going to base the child support on basically $2,000 a month self-employment, and then give him credit for the $20 cash medical support that will be ordered to help defray the cost of the program, the Medicaid program, to the state of Texas. That's going to yield current child support in the amount of $330 per month. And I will find that it should begin in November. However, the way I'm going to give Mr. Morales credit for the money that he paid, which I find to be $120 in November, $100 in December, and $100 in January, based on the testimony. I'm not giving him credit for the $250 that he paid in December, because I do believe that was a Christmas present. So I'm going to give him credit for $320. Basically, that's almost, that's $10 off what it would be for November. So, and the interest will take care of some of that. So basically, because of that, the monies that he paid, I will start it December 1st instead of November 1st, and it will come out the same way. Without, since I can't really take a judgment, enter a judgment for the support for November, December, and January. So I'll start it December the 1st. That will account for the money that he's paid the last 3 months for the child support. And the 330 will begin again December the 1st and continue monthly thereafter until the child has emancipated. I will order $20. Can we start the medical support in February? Will that work with y'all's system? You're on mute.
I would need to check with our financial. Let me check.
I think supposedly that I think we can. Is that going to work? Can you check right quick?
Yeah, I just sent a message to our financials. So,
okay. All tax court costs for today's hearing against Mr. Morales is billed by the district clerk of Castro County. Mr. Morales, I understand that you feel like you are paying and not paying. My suggestion is if there's something else happens and you get back together, just keep the child support going, because the reason you're being ordered to pay now when it was stopped before is not because someone's mad at you. It's just because you're not together and living in the household and bearing the expenses for the day-to-day living. That's how child support works. That's why we have child support. So that's the reason that it's starting again. If you're worried about that, just decline to have it modified next time and say, I'll just keep paying it and whatever happens will happen. But Ms. Dominguez is entitled to child support to help support this child. Ms. Neal, did you find out?
Yes, we can start those on different dates. So okay. Did you say the medical on?
The medical will start then on February 1st.
Okay.
All right. I think I've covered all the issues. I'll make the non-disclosure finding for Ms. Dominguez's address and identifying information. It should not be revealed to any other party, although Mr. Morales obviously needs to be kept informed since he does have visitation with the child. All right. Every party to a hearing before the associate judge is entitled to a new or de novo hearing in front of the referring court. The new or de novo hearing must be requested in writing. The request must be filed within 3 days of the notice of the substance of my ruling and served on the other parties to this action. It must specify what issue or issues are to be heard by the referring court. The referring court will set a hearing within 30 days of the request for the de novo, but the requesting party must obtain a setting from the court. One party asks for a de novo, any other party may ask for one within 3 days of the initial request. Nobody asks for a de novo.